and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
Ryan Seymore, owner of Comic Town in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh yeah! Best comic shop in the universe.
Yeah.
I like how you played it subtle. You're like, yeah. If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
Best story you'll find in the corner of Lizelle and 23.
Absolute facts. You can go further out if you wanted to. You just go like off of,
Sankus and Lizelle.
There you go. Option. Yeah, you could totally say that. I agree with all of it. So what's funny is for this week's like choices, I was like, man, I'm really struggling to pick some books. And then still messed around and read 7.
Yeah. It was a weird week. Like the previous couple weeks, there was like just a ton of stuff.
There was.
And this one was just like a real subtle sort of
laid back
sleeper books. Some people might not pick up because there isn't the big gun stuff, but you're missing out big time.
Man,
if you do.
Some serious talent. For the honorable mentions, I've got 4 here.
I've got 3, which is like 4.
It is like 4, just a little bit simpler.
Yeah.
We've got one that's the same. Shall I go first since I can get some out of the way?
Yeah, so I'm curious which one we're going to lead with.
So I'm going to lead with Spawn. Okay, so Spawn 308. Here's why, okay? I'll be straight up honest. Facts here. I just watched the Todd McFarlane documentary thing, Like Hell I Won't, and fascinating. I'm not the biggest like Todd McFarlane Spawn fan at all, but I respect that man's career. Like I really do. So it was great to read or to watch. This one is from Todd and Ken Lashley. This is fun. This was a lot of fun. I guess coming off of that series, I was like really in the zone for it, so it worked really well. If you're reading it, I mean, you know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on, but it was still fun to read, so that was cool. I like the different spawns that we are seeing these days. You know, she spawn and all that. So it was a good time. It was a good time. I thought this was a very like if Wolverine and what is it?
Ross Gould?
No, not Ross. Clarion the Witch Boy had a baby. That dude right there.
Ugh.
Yep. You'll have to read it to find out. But yeah, check that one. It's good times.
Get that from like using Rogaine and
Yep. Yeah. All of that. All that happens to you if you do that thing. Mm-hmm. What you got? What are you leading with?
That's actually tough,
right?
Because there's the end of a story and the beginning of a story. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the end first.
Okay.
The Kill Lock, number 6. IDW. This is one of those books that just blows my mind in the fact that it doesn't sell particularly well. The setup for the story is there's robots in a robot society that have been exiled and given the kill lock, and that basically means if any one of them dies, they all die.
Right.
And it's this ragtag group. There's like a child that's a part of the group. There's an engineer one which is in charge of like repairing and building new robots. There's a worker one which does heavy labor, and then there's one that's like the avenging angel space marine that has fallen, and you finally get to see what the master plan one of them has had the entire time.
Oh my god.
And it is so gut-wrenching as you begin to realize what is happening.
No.
Yeah, and it's really, really good. It's just one of those books that just didn't sell that I really am just kind of like, why?
What?
Like, this is good stuff. So if you're unable to find the first 5 issues, definitely pick this up, help your local shop out. But ask for the trade paperback because it is really, really good. It's just amazing. Story and art by Livio Ramondelli. The style is very like Ben Templesmith, but like at the same time Blade Runner-ish. Like it's amazing.
Super dope. Super duper dope.
Yeah, by not reading it, you're missing out.
I was torn on grabbing that one because I think I missed 2 issues in the Corona span of things. Yeah. But the series itself was fascinating, and I did enjoy it quite a bit. So, dang it! Are we saying that this is a series finale or arc finale?
I think series.
Dang it!
There is room to go beyond.
Okay.
My gut tells me.
Okay. I'll take that. All right, so I stopped off in Hickman World because I was curious about where this was going. I've not loved Hickman's run on X-Men. It's got its wins, and then it brings it back in a weird place, and it's weird for me. I almost feel like it's too much Hickman at once. You got to space it out a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But this one deals with Vulcan, who is my least favorite of the Summers brothers. Like, I do not like Vulcan. No, not in the box, not in the Fox. No Vulcan for me. But it's still a fun read. And the buildup of it, like, there's some cool, subtle backstory pieces to it that I thought were really fun and interesting. And when that plays out, will be something to read. This somewhat ties into Empyre very loosely, but with some very interesting stuff. I think the biggest thing about this particular issue is that it sets up what we were talking about, I think, last week with Empyre of, well, what happens when they go to Earth and they go to such and such place. So I think that's what we're about to see the start of, and that could be tricky. That could be really tricky. So we'll see.
New from Image Comics, Lost Soldiers #1. Okay,
I looked at that one too, and that was tough.
Oh my gosh, it was really, really good. It was a tough read.
Okay,
and not because it was laborsome or anything. It's a tough read because it's so stripped bare.
Ooh.
And like all of the horrors of war and all that are just like, hey, how's it going?
Oh,
and it's like the opening sequence. I was like, oh man, this is like the saddest Pablo Neruda poem I've ever read. And it's not Neruda. It's just the horrors.
Jeez.
Like it's just amazing. And it starts off in Vietnam, 1969, and it's telling two stories. One of two soldiers in country,
right,
in 69, and then also them kind of at the tail end of their military type careers, in roughly the current time period, and they get from being soldiers to what I guess are DEA or CIA operatives. And they're going toe-to-toe, or at least presented as such, going toe-to-toe against a drug cartel. So, yeah, it's brutal.
Okay.
Just dang. If you're looking for something uplifting,
that ain't it.
Yeah, stay away.
Ain't it.
Stay away.
That ain't it.
Stay away. But if you're not, as muy bueno.
I saw it, flipped through it, and I thought it had the feel of Southern Bastards.
It kind of does.
Okay.
I don't know who the bad guy is, but of the people involved, and at the same time, I don't know that there is a good guy. Like, it's just really, really good, though. Those
are the best stories. All right, so also part of my just random, let's just grab something. I did Batman Superman #10. We got Williamson, Henry, Sanchez. This was great because every now and again you just want something like superhero fun. Like, I just want to see some stuff happen. And this one, this is a great setup because, like, if this was like a animated movie, I think this would be top notch. Like, you would get a big bowl of cereal, sit down, have the greatest time with it. But yeah, you're dealing with I don't even want to say, but is there anything? Oh, he's on the cover. All right, so Ultra Humanite is on the cover. He's got a scheme that is like super deadly, and it's really pitting like bats and soups against something that is going to be a little tough for them to deal with. So I really like it. I don't know that I'm necessarily like jumping on the Batman Superman bandwagon, but for light reading, nice little palate cleanse after reading something dark like that. There you go. Something good. Do you know how hard it was to put this in honorable mentions?
This page,
I know exactly what you're gonna
mean. What it mean?
I don't know, and I think it does, and that's scarier. Okay, scarier.
Because I got there and I'm like, no.
Like, so it's starting all over? Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Was it not a full 40? Like, I don't know.
It was supposed to be a 3-hour cruise.
6 years later. You're now in rerun hell. We're talking Dark Arc, After the Flood, issue 5, Cullen Bunn, Jesus Hervas. Man, he brought it. Okay, so I've enjoyed this particular run, and to be honest, it kind of had not a ramble, but a meander to it. It was kind of going in a place where you're like, okay, well, where is this exactly going?
Yeah.
Here he tells us exactly where it's going, and it all makes sense. It all comes back together, and it's so perfect for a series that has quite a few issues under it already.
Yeah.
Like
multiple trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh.
This is fresh.
Yeah.
This is, man, yeah, I don't know what that ending means. Is this the last of this particular arc? Because I know they do typically 5-issue arcs.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I've ordered issue 6.
Oh.
I've had 11 concussions, so it's entirely possible.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't know. And oh my gosh. Yeah, because it's the culmination of a couple different characters' machinations to try to, assert some form of power and dominance in this new world they find themselves in. And we find out Kali is not
no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, she made a choice. And I don't think she made it unknowingly. Like, she's like, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
This is what I am. This is what I am.
Because there's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's done.
She knew.
She knew. I have to... Okay, so here's the thing. I have to wonder, is her name a symbol, a reference? It's spelled differently. Obviously, this is Kahlee.
Yeah.
Do we more rationally know it as Klii, or Kli, which would be Indian goddess of death? I'm just curious. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
I just made eye contact.
Yeah, you totally did. Like, tell us. We want to know. Yeah, because if that's the case,
then okay, that makes sense.
And what sort of war are we about to see? Because we've seen the monsters.
Yeah.
What about the other gods? What does that do?
We have seen in the first series, there are other entities.
So I'm just throwing that out there.
Interesting.
Let's see. What do we got over here? We've got two the same?
Yep.
Two the same. Okay. This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, shout out to Corona and the craziness that have actually expedited the release of Empyre. Pseudo expedited, because I guess it technically didn't. But Empyre 3 is already out, so you've wasted no time whatsoever. The only problem that I have with this, based on the storytelling here, you have to really follow along with the extenuous titles. Like, there are things that move the story forward. And I wish that Empyre was being done much in the same way that Civil War was done, where you had the core book tell the core story, and then, yes, there might be other things, but
it isn't required for that, like,
right.
Well, why are they here?
Right.
And
like,
you have to read.
You have to. And that's
it's the one thing that takes away from it, because overall, it is a really, really fun read.
Man.
It's just pure superhero. It's like the vibe that you got from the last two Avengers movies and Game of Infinity War. Like, that sort of like epic thing happening, and the characters doing like crazy big stuff.
Yes.
And it just kind of takes away every now and again where you're like, what am I missing?
Why am I? Oh,
like,
I didn't read
that miniseries.
Those 6 other books. Okay. Is there a character that you cared about the most in this particular issue?
I want to see what Captain Marvel's going to do. I'm really interested.
Yeah.
And I am now intrigued.
Oh, very intrigued by that one.
So I was like,
you know who got me in this issue?
Yeah, dude.
He's going through a thing.
He is.
He's going through a thing, and his usual vice, I'm sure, is off limits. So that's way worse.
But think about it. Like, of all the people, isn't he the one that's supposed to?
He's supposed to know. He's supposed to know.
Yeah.
So the fact that he didn't,
and all the people dying, like it's death.
Like it's not even just like, oh, I got it wrong. You lost some money. No. People died. I grabbed the Michael Cho variant cover. this is magic.
Yeah, it really is.
I love his work. It is so like throwback classic. I would, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So fantastic.
It's so good. It really is. It's weekly, so you don't have to wait that long. It isn't like one of those Marvel miniseries where like 2 months later an issue comes out and you're like,
oh yeah, that's right, that did happen.
No, it feels like this one's in the can, which is amazing,
which is super duper dope.
Yeah, you're right. Like his just,
it's dark, man. It's so dark. He is not in a healthy place.
Someone should buy him some flowers.
Something to let people know that they care about him would be great.
Yeah. What I love about Bleed Them Dry, Vault Comics, Elliot Ray Hall doing the writings, Dyke Rowan doing the art, colored by Miguel Muerto, and lettered by Andworld. It tells you on the cover what the book is about.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're anything like me, these are words that resonate. Bleed Them Dry, a ninja vampire tale.
Boom.
Done.
Boom.
Give it the ice cream.
Any questions? First and foremost, this book remains one of the most gorgeous things on any shelf. Like, flat out, Deke, amazing. Next newest, biggest, like, trust that's going to happen.
One of the two big twos. Like,
oh my God! Immediately. I hope he's under contract. She's under contract. They are under contract to finish this first before they get
moved on. Yeah.
So here's my okay. So Hiroshi Koizumi created this, and it does have the feel of a modern American manga or anime. Yeah. Like this is like conceptually, someone was like, okay, here's Ghost in the Shell as a concept. And then Elliot comes through and is like, boom, let me show you how to write this. And it punches you in the throat with goodness from the start. It is so, like, it's so moody.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's like Daybreakers with Blade Runner.
Yes. With Blade.
With
like,
Blade. Yeah.
All of it. Absolutely all of it.
And I hate hamsters too.
And yet, you kind of feel for this one.
Yeah.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
It's a Capri Sun. It's, it's what a hamster is. It'll make sense when you read it.
You're absolutely right.
Or you'll just think I'm disturbed.
Or you'll be really upset all around. But yeah, man, like this sequence right here, I thought was incredible because it shows how far he's willing to go to protect what he's got going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want nobody to know nothing.
Yeah. And one of the things, like coming out of the first issue, I was really wanting a little bit more backstory about how this world exists, and in this issue, you find out, and
this right here.
Yeah. How deep did you have to dig into your soul to draw that panel?
It's terrifying. This is absolutely terrifying.
Ah.
And this is so, like, literally here at this point is where I really felt the anime influence of the concept. Like, this was the deep rooted, let me go backwards and really tell you that this is a long form story.
Yeah.
And this is just a portion of it.
Yeah.
When it says Ninja Vampire Tale, they mean that. It's just one.
Oh man, because I want to go back. I want to, as much as I don't want to see it,
yep.
I want to see that story from that time period.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you absolutely do. Your mind's going to wander because you're going to be like, so what they do now? Yeah, that's colorful. Now I want to know, does this have a more traditional manga iteration?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Might have to find that out. That might be some homework to be done. But Bleed 'em Dry, number 2, super dope. Super duper dope. All right. One more from the Cullen Bunn.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
If you're looking for existential horror, this week was great for you. Because Cullen Bunn has a couple books, 3 books actually. Dark Ark After the Flood.
Right.
Shadow Road, Rogue Planet, and also Lonnie Nadler's Black Stars Above. The trade paperback comes out. So Great week for existential
Yes.
horror. In this particular one,
Mm-hmm.
written by Colin Bunn, illustrated by Andy McDonald, colored by Nick Filardi, lettered by Crank. So, our intrepid space travelers have been lured to a planet with a probably false distress beacon,
Okay.
and they're dealing with the ramifications of some of the people that inhabit the planet
Mm-hmm.
have been killing them, which
That
which
sucks.
happens.
Yeah,
like every
yeah.
when my uncle
Way to
Ted-
ruin a
yeah,
space vacation. Yeah.
that's how it goes.
Come on, man.
Don't- And so, we're beginning to see more about their religion,
Mm.
like the inhabitants' religion, and how it doesn't go particularly well.
That looks painful.
Yeah, and just when you think it's not weird, like that kind of thing happens.
Whoa!
Yeah, so I highly recommend it. It's only the third issue, and issue 1s and 2s are out there waiting for you to take home to your family and
Just
enjoy.
gonna look at that one more time.
Yeah, because it took me a second. 'Cause I was like, is that like bones and stuff, or is it like a scorpion? Is it a space scorpion? Yeah, it's really more horrible. Yeah,
That is terrifying.
yeah, and that's one like did Colin come up with the concept and they're like, this is what I want it drawn like, or was Colin like, just hit me with something?
This is one where he's like, I need you to draw me this thing. It's gonna appear in issue 3, and this is how I know that you're the right person to do the job. And this is what happened, and that's not okay. That is not okay.
The original artist for the series was let go because it was too disturbing.
Yeah.
No,
Or it wasn't disturbing enough.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that's pretty out there.
Yeah, it's not normal.
Yeah, that's a scratch and sniff version.
Your space travel, though, I think is
On a cleaner tip.
Yeah.
On a much cleaner tip. Hedra, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Doesn't matter. Jesse Lonergan has created the best comic book of all time. Now, I don't say that loosely, okay? As a comic creator myself, I'm literally supposed to say that my stuff is the best of all time. Listen. This is a magical adventure. It's oversized. It's more magazine sized. It has a $5.99 price tag, which is pricey, but it's heftier than your typical book. Here's the only problem. It doesn't have words. It is a silent book. But, people, when I tell you, it is 100% interactive. You can't just breeze by this. You experience this book. Now, when I said this before, Ryan looked at me and was like, are you sure? I showed a couple pages.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
it is an experience. The way that certain things are drawn perspective based, the way that you are moved through the action of panels against a static.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weirdly great. Like, now, I'm torn on who I would recommend this book for. Obviously, if you are adept at reading comics, sure, you can tackle this. If you're not adept at reading comics, it might be difficult, but it could be the thing that makes you see that comics are worth trying.
Yeah.
Because it's so out there. Like, this literally is built on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess technically 7, so 35 panel grid structure. 35 panels per page is the grid structure this is based off of. That is insane and magical and wonderful and beautiful. Like, get this book. 100%, please. You will not be upset. It's rated T for teens for its sheer awesomeness. It's so big, I don't even want to put it up there. I'm going to just hold it because this is actually my copy now. I'm buying this. There's no two ways about it.
That's one of the books that would anybody have tried. They're like, oh, there's no Justice League this week. There's no Avengers this week.
Right.
Hedra, whatever. No. This is one of those weeks that you try stuff.
Try it. Like, that's such a great idea, too. Like, on the weeks that your mainstream fare doesn't come out, pick up something random.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy comics again. Like, don't just follow your pull list. Try something new. Because that's how your pull list grows.
Yeah. Because, like, right now, we really are, and I honestly firmly believe this, we're living in a period where the smaller press books are some of the most amazing that we've had in decades.
It's not even a lie.
Yeah.
Like, that is 100% true. I co-sign everything he just said. So, please, try these out because you will be amazed. Like, that's just what it is. Jesse, I am now a fan. I actually started following you on Twitter. Y'all should go follow Jesse on Twitter because I want to see more of this. Yeah, like, this is dope. Super duper dope. Man.
It's a great week.
Yeah, it was like some great reading. I didn't hate anything, which is great. You guys got anything cool coming up? Any special, like, pseudo events, kind of events?
No, we're just with the pandemic situation.
Yeah.
It's very like kind of just
I know
to get through.
I know. You know what? I'm going to try to put together a thing where we are reaching out to schools, and I'd like to team up with you on that to provide some reading material and stuff like that. So if you guys want to help and see what kind of things we come up with, make sure you not only like this episode, but subscribe.
Click the bell.
That's right. So you get this every week so you can see what kind of awesome we're coming up with and telling you about because we got it. Just for you.
Yep.
All of it.
Is muy true.
Because we heart you.